if you love Ted Lasso, you have incredible discerning tastes in comedy. However, there is a problem, which is that there are not infinite episodes of the Apple TV Plus show to watch. So you're going to need some other shows that are like Ted Lasso, and that's where this video comes in.
The news from the other side of the Atlantic. AFC Richmond announced the hiring of their new manager, American football coach Ted Lasso.
You're an American who's now in charge of a football club, despite possessing very little knowledge of the game.
Hello and welcome to Screen OD, a channel for people who love TV, movies and streaming. My name's Tim, I'm an editor and a journalist who's been writing and talking about the media industry for more than 15 years, and today we're talking about Ted Lasso, which is one of Apple TV Plus's biggest hits and one of the best comedies of the last few years, and it has won a hatful of Emmys to prove it. But what do you watch when there's no more episodes to watch? Well, you'll want things that are about football, that are about comedy, and maybe a combination of both. So let's start with our first show.
I've got with me Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, the new owners of Wrexham AFC.
What was the connection between you and Wrexham Football Club?
We had no direct connection. It was just a feeling.
What me and my dad thought was, because Wrexham's red, and Deadpool's red.
That's the real reason, sorry.
Welcome to Wrexham tells the story of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, Hollywood stars buying Wrexham Football Club in North Wales, a team that are in the 5th tier of the English League. This is the story of what they do when they take over and the community and the team in Wrexham. It's as much about the people of Wrexham and the people that make the team happen as it is about the Hollywood stars. This is compelling viewing. There's one season right now and there is more to come. It will have you checking the football scores for Wrexham over and over again.
When it's time to lay down your weary head, you'll find comfort and safety at the partially renovated Rosebud Motel. And don't forget to say hello to your handsome proprietor, Mr. Jonathan Rose.
Thank you for having us.
John, no.
Ted Lasso is all about positivity, and if you're looking for another show that has a very positive vibe and message to it, then you could do a lot worse than checking out Schitt's Creek. This Canadian comedy became a massive star in the lockdown of 2020 and continues to be one of the best comedies that has been made in the last few years, along with Ted Lasso. Now, they don't talk about football in it. I don't think you even see a soccer ball in the whole series, but it's one that shares very much an essence of comedy with Ted Lasso.
Matty Sullivan, our new signing. How you doing?
Matty Sullivan, 9 or 10.
Is that even possible? Oh, Matty!
He's clearly a psychopath.
This is football. When's that ever been a barrier to success?
The First Team is one of those shows that may have gone a little bit under the radar, but actually it was created by the people who brought you The In-Betweeners. If you want a comedy that is set in a football club, a bit like Ted Lasso, then this is one that will certainly tick the boxes for you. Tick.
How well do you know your neighbors? You see many of them every day, but have you ever wondered what goes on behind their doors?
Are you associated with the deceased?
No, we're neighbors in the building.
So you don't know him?
Just in passing.
Not his passing.
No, yes, when we passed by him.
Before he passed.
That's right.
Another show that isn't about football but does have a similar kind of feel to it, a feel-good feel to it, even though it's about murder. I know it sounds a bit weird, but the relationship between Martin Short, Steve Martin and Selena Gomez's character, especially across generations, brings a kind of feel-good factor to Only Murders in the Building that you will enjoy. It's also very funny and compelling to watch.
Jim Brockmire, how are you?
Still dreaming about getting back to the major leagues, that's how I am. Pedro delivers a slider into the dirt, count evens 1-1. I miss having the best seat in the house and making every single moment come alive for people. Fastball misses just low. That one is way back there. Feels like you're a slice of apple in America's favorite kind of pie. That's either out of here or lost inside my wife's big, fat, cheating vagina. Seriously, though, I do miss it.
Brockmire is in some ways the kind of antidote to Ted Lasso's positivity, as Jim Brockmire is, at the face of it, not the nicest guy in the world. He was once one of the big commentators in Major League Baseball, but after an on-air meltdown, after he finds out his wife is cheating on him, he ends up dedicating his life to the minor leagues. But will he one day get back where he started? And is there a good guy hiding underneath? This classic comedy starring Hank Azaria is a great show for you to try.
Leeds United.
one of the most famous clubs in British football history.
I genuinely believe it's the best job in football. If we can take Leeds United back to where they belong, I don't think there's a bigger challenge, I don't think there's a bigger prize.
The responsibility to try to change the history of a club.
We deserve it. The city deserves it. The fans expect it.
Leeds United Take Us Home captures a lot of what we see in Ted Lasso's passion about football, but in the real life version. Leeds United were once one of the biggest clubs in England, and in recent times they've not been doing quite as well. This is a documentary that charts what happens inside the club with the fans and with the communities when people really care about football. A very compelling watch for anyone who has an interest in the world of football, or soccer, as you might call it.
I thought we kept telling you to take us out in post.
And I kept telling you I can't do that.
Well, buckle up, everybody, because we are not leaving this room until we get this right.
Actually, it's 6 o'clock.
You can barely see us. Let's put a pin in this till Monday morning. Great job, everybody.
Meets the Mad Men behind the badass.
Let's make commercial magic.
That reaction's gonna sell a lot of hot tubs.
Oh, God.
Okay, so this is another one that doesn't have any football or soccer in it, but it does have Jason Sudeikis, both in the show on and off in a recurring role, but also as executive producer of it. It tells the story of Tim and Sam as they try to make their way in the advertising world, and it has a certain feel to it, which, as you might expect from the exec producer, that really does remind you of Ted Lasso. This kind of comedy about relationship and about people who don't always get things right first time, but they seem to have good hearts.
I grew up in East London. This is where it all began for me. That's why I'm back. Westwood boys, they are the team at rock bottom.
We're losing constantly.
8-0, 9-0.
Oh, that's not good.
If we can't turn our fortunes, then we will be relegated.
I'm back where I belong.
All right, boys.
Another documentary here, so not a comedy, but if you do like football, then you might find the story of David Beckham going back to the small league in East London where he started out his footballing career and helping to coach a team who aren't doing particularly well. Quite an inspiring one. This is a charming TV programme which will have all football fans glued to their sets to find out what happens to the team next. Right, there you go. There's some shows to be getting on with if you like Ted Lasso. Hopefully you found something that you will enjoy. We'll see you again for more videos very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave in the comments below shows that you think people who like Ted Lasso might like. We'll see ya.